Okay, we'll bring the Board of Select meeting back into session at 8:12 PM and state that no actions or votes were taken during executive session. Okay, item number 13, discuss and take possible action regarding clerks' union contract. At this point, I'll entertain a motion that the Board of Selectmen ratify the Town Hall employees Local 1303-240 of Council 4 Ask Me contract as presented by Town Labor Council Warren Holcomb. Motion by Al, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Just under discussion, this has already been ratified by the Town Hall employees. Priscilla sits on the executive board. She's wearing about 14 hats tonight. So, okay, any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you, Priscilla. Okay, item number 14, discussion and take possible action regarding Public Works Union contract. At this point, I'll entertain a motion that the town of Seymour ratify the agreement between the town and the Seymour Public Works Employees Union, Local 1303-24 of Council 4, Ask Me, as presented by Town Labor Council Warren Holcomb.
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Stefan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you very much. And item number 15, discussion, take possible action regarding administrators union contract amendment. So at this point, entertain a motion that the Board of Selectmen ratify the amendment to the agreement between the Town of Seymour and UPS EU Local 24, Unit 85, which is the Seymour Supervisors, as presented by Town Labor Council Warren Holcomb.
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Stefan. It's okay. Any comments, questions? Or a dull moment. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. And again, Warren, thank you very much for your hard work and dedication on these. Do you need it's public record, so they can, yeah. Somebody can keep
That's just what I needed.
That's right. A little bit more paper. Yeah. So, okay, item number 16. Well, that might be good. We can catch some of those things. I'd have to wait 4 years to find them. All right, item number 16, appointments. We have 3 appointments before us tonight. The first is Bob Newton, Commission on Aging. It's a new appointment. It's a 2-year term. It expires June 6, 2019. Motion by Len, second by Stefan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. Lee Heller, Catchment Area 5. It's a reappointment. It's a 2-year term. It expires June 7, 2019. Motion by Len, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, what is catchment area 5?
Yes, please.
Rory and I were trying to figure that out the other day, and yeah, as I saw, I mean, it's something to do with conservation, but I'm not sure.
Nobody better
Then
than
we're
Lee Heller
for
for that.
it.
Yeah, Lee's been on it for a while, that we know. So we'll keep rolling with Lee. Yeah, he started on Area 1. He's moved his way right up to 5. So he's getting it done for us. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. Paul Bohuniak, Lake Housatonic Authority. It's a reappointment. It's a 3-year term. It expires June 6, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Anne Marie, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you very much. Okay, item number 17, tax refunds and abatements. Mr. Green.
The following overpayment of tax payment in total of $12,286.86 needs to be approved for the refund in accordance with the provisions of Section 12-129 of the Connecticut General Statutes, dated at Seymour, the 31st day of May, 2017. Susan Boland, Assistant Tax Collector.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Okay, at this point, I'll entertain a motion to accept the tax collector's report as presented.
Second.
Motion by Anne Marie, second by Len. Under discussion, just take a look to make sure there's no issues. Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, chair votes aye, motion passes 6-0. Item number 18 is transfers. We have no transfers before us, but I would expect some transfers at our next meeting, just as we start to do some of the cleanups for fiscal year 17 as that comes to a close. Okay, item number 19 is correspondence. We have a good deal of correspondence before us. We have the check register. We have an email from our tax collector, Dana Flock, just letting us know that Seymour resident Jacob Honeycutt actually won a scholarship for the Tax Collectors Association of New Haven County. It was a $300 scholarship out of 35 essays submitted. Him and one other young lady from Middlebury were the two winners. Jacob actually won the first Selectmen's scholarship as well. Len was gracious enough to cover that for me and present Jacob with a check for $250. So Jacob's working hard to help his parents with college costs. So congratulations to him. Next is a packet, or excuse me, in your packet is a letter from Housatonic Valley Association thanking the town of Seymour for its $750 annual donation. Next is unfortunate, but a good thing. And this is from Elizabeth Conrad, who is our deputy town clerk, and I'll read this into the record. It says, "Dear Kurt, I would like to inform you that I am retiring from my position as deputy town clerk with the town of Seymour effective June 30th, 2017. I have enjoyed working for the town for the past 16 years and appreciate the support provided to me during my tenure. Thank you so much for all you have done for me. While I look forward to enjoying retirement, I will miss working for the town. If I can be of any assistance during this transition, please let me know. Sincerely, Liz." So Liz has been a very good employee for the town of Seymour over the last 16 years. Great personality, great smile. Residents love her when they come into the office because she's very warm and inviting, very helpful. So while I'm going to certainly miss having Liz around, I'm glad that she's going to be able to spend some time enjoying her retirement. So we'll be posting the position tomorrow, and we'll kind of move forward from there. So, okay. Next is a note to me and to the entire board from Joe Kuziak. I wish to advise you that during the month of May 2017, the assessor's office has generated approximately $60,000 in additional taxes to be collected by July 2017. So he just wanted to let us know that. Next is an email that was sent to myself and Mike Marcinick, who is the chairman of the Standing Building Committee. It's from Wayne Natzel, who was unfortunately the former facilities director for the town of Seymour, letting us know that he will be stepping away from that board as his contract was not renewed by the school system. Next is a memo to payroll and our finance director, Doug Thomas, and that is from myself, and it talks about the budgeted salary increases that are non-union and non-contractual, but all of them are in the budget. So the auditors asked that I provide this memo, sign off, and give this to finance for records. So you can see it deals with the zoning enforcement office, the first selectman's salary, director of operations, first selectman's assistant, EDC director, finance director, inland wetland enforcement officers, blight officer, building inspector, library director, and public works director. The library director and the public works director are in this. This will be the last year that they are in there. They are actually going into the supervisors union, and the director of operations is coming out. So I've put the Director of Operations in, but I still have to show the Library Director and the Public Works Director, as they won't be in the union until the end of the month. We have a letter from Assistant Fire Chief Doug Zanuski, and this is in regards to the ordinances for the emergency management as well as communication. I apologize, I haven't been able to get through all of this, but it's quite detailed and adds a lot of information in there. So if everybody could take a read of this and just give you a little bit more background for our meeting on the 20th to be able to discuss. The firemen will be back to talk as well, I'm sure, at the public hearing on the 20th. But just wanted to give you a little updated information on that. So that is our correspondence. Okay, item number 20 is public comment. Is there any additional public comment? Is there any additional public comment? Okay, hearing no additional public comment, we will move to Selectmen's public comment, item number 21. And Stefan, we'll start with you.
All right, since Nicole is not here, I'll do something she would normally do. I would like to congratulate the Seymour Boys High School track team for their best ever finish at the state open meet yesterday. They finished third, losing by only 3 points, which is pretty heartbreaking. But it was a great performance nonetheless, and they should be commended. Thank you.
And along those lines, there we have 4 or 5 athletes that qualified for nationals.
Yep.
So they were raising some money to help offset some of the costs. So anyone who might be interested in making a donation, you can reach out to Coach Tom Lennon. They have a page as well that you can go to. So anyone who has any questions on that, just let me know, and I'll get you hooked up with Coach Lennon. So, thank you, Stefan. Karen.
I have some congratulations. First of all, to Alex Danka for a Memorial Day parade very well run, and I think enjoyed by everybody who was there. Second congratulations to Mike Kearney for the Veterans Ceremony on Monday at Post 10. And I want to compliment our first Selectman. He was called on to give some extemporaneous remarks, and he spoke very well and very affectionately
Thank you, Karen.
about the veterans, so I'd like to compliment you.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to compliment Judy Simpson and her committee on Founder's Day. The weather wasn't great toward the end, and it was a little chilly.
Yeah.
But I thought there was a good turnout, and it seemed to me that people were enjoying themselves. I was in the information booth, and they asked an awful lot of questions about different things, so I thought the interest was quite high. And I think Judy Simpson is to be commended. She has a committee, but she really single-handedly
Yeah.
knows what's what, and what raffle to run, and I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah,
She's just
they did a
amazing.
nice job with that.
And the other thing, I would like to request that Fred Masori appear at our next meeting. I have thought about this in some depth since his last presentation, and I believe I have some important questions I'd really like answered. And I feel that, and I think at the meeting when I first brought this up about the different chairmen appearing before us, as they did in the beginning when I was first elected, I think it's important for us to hear from the different chairmen of the different agencies that are responsible to us in town, and that they be available to answer our questions. I think one of the benefits of being at the Memorial Day Parade, and I got separated from everybody else because my ride took me to the old middle school. So I got to talk to some people down there who asked an awful lot of questions about town government. some of which I had the answers to, some of which I didn't. And I think that it's important for us to hear from the people who have the responsibility under us for their particular job in town, their particular duties in town.
Aside from Fred, do you have specific board chairman that you'd like to see first?
Well, Judy was here tonight. I would have liked to hear, a little bit more about that. I mean, I'm happy with that presentation. Very happy.
So do you want something a little bit more in-depth than the quarterly reports?
Yes, please.
That come out?
Yes.
All right, so then I'll put this out to the board. Is there any specific chairman you'd like to hear from, I guess, initially, or do you want it to just be Roy and I will pick one and we'll put one on the agenda each meeting? It's up to you guys.
I like the latter idea.
So we'll just pick one and put them on?
Yeah, and obviously cycle through and have a list.
And if you want to hear someone specific, just let us know.
Yeah.
I think
We
it
can line them up.
Season.
Yeah,
It
well-
would be
Yeah.
good to hear from the public works director, for example, during a certain season.
Trust them.
But so it's not going to be just commissioners, it could be department heads, different things like that.
Okay, and I have one question.
No, that was a question here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that was a question to you. Not just
Oh.
commissioners,
Oh.
it could be department heads as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Okay, yep. Because I think you'd rather hear
I
from
think-
Tony DePrimo than Sean Walsh.
I think department heads are more valuable.
I don't know, he gave me a ride Memorial Day.
Well,
But
yeah,
I think they're more valuable because if you need to hear from a commissioner, you can go to their meeting.
Right.
Talk to them or just reach out to them. I think a department head is more what we're looking for, or what Karen's
Oh,
looking for, I
goody,
think.
another meeting.
So
You
why
don't
don't
have
we,
to go, but they're easier to reach, I think.
yeah. So why don't we, would you like to start with Tony DePrimo and Public Works at our next meeting? Or do you want to have Fred back in?
I would like to have Fred back in, please. I got some questions I don't have the answer to, and I'd really like to know.
Are there things that maybe we can answer for you, so we don't have to bring Fred in and we can go with
Right.
someone else? Or if you want to maybe email them to me, and I can get you the answers? Just because
I have no problem
Would you-
stating it publicly. I'd like to know how much economic development has occurred under Fred Masori with regard to the grand list.
Oh, we can calculate that. Roy, can you make a note? We can calculate that tomorrow. We have that broken down in the presentation that I do for the town hearing on the budget, is we break down the residential versus commercial. We can provide that for you and show you how the pie essentially has changed overall. So off the top of my head, I want to say the pie has changed by 6%, 7%, but don't hold me to that. That's
Okay.
just kind of a guess.
And then the last thing is, I wonder if it would be appropriate to ask Attorney Stanek the question that came up earlier with regard to French Memorial Park.
I'll do that under my part.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah, that way there's no,
sure.
anything else?
No, I'm all set.
All right, so assuming that Karen gets the answers that makes her comfortable, we'll go with Tony DePrimo.
Oh, sure.
If Karen doesn't get the answers, then we'll go with Fred, or maybe we'll do Fred and Tony.
Okay.
All right, so Roy, can you make a note to request Tony DePrimo at our June 20th meeting? We'll put Tony on first,
Okay,
so that way he can do his thing and then he can get home.
okay.
Okay, excellent, thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Len?
I have no comments.
Wow. Len?
You stole my thunder about the Jacob Honeycutt receiving
Oh,
the
sorry.
first elected scholarship, so.
I'm going to make a note here. Len has nothing to say. Wow.
Document it.
It is.
Made the calendar.
This is getting hung up on the new light pumpkin wall. Al always has something to
Just,
say, so.
as Karen has already mentioned, the Memorial Day Parade was a fantastic event. Alex Danka did a great job leading that. It was well planned, well executed, and it was fun being part of the parade and getting to march a little bit in it. I thought that was a little bit of a wrinkle. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. But
It was fun.
that was fun. It was really well done. He had the cars ready to take us down there so we could start after we were on the reviewing stand and got us back there. And then he just had it well planned. It was just well done.
Yeah.
So that was really it.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thank you, Al. Anne Marie?
Just the reiteration of the Memorial Day parade. I did enjoy walking in it as opposed to sitting there, and we got back in time for one of my favorite bands that came. This
Missed
morning.
'em.
So it was great. I had fun. I loved that we went Facebook Live for the parade, so everybody got
Yeah,
to
that
see
was-
it live. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a little sketchy with me pushing buttons, but
Yeah, it was. It really was, yeah. And just a great job to the Culture and Arts Committee. They have wonderful ideas, and I get excited when they show the enthusiasm they have and just decorating and the pride they take in doing it. I look forward to see what they have coming up next.
And if you haven't noticed, with the obelisk, which is over in Broad Street Park, they have the stronger light in there, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
If you had, I know it's been a while, but I actually stopped the other day just to kind of, to take it in a little bit. It looks really good, so kudos to them, and I believe Billy Jarvis is the one who cranked it all up, so thank you to Billy for that. So now that it's my time, Attorney Stanek,
Oh, boy.
how are you? I'm very well. We have a question, maybe you can answer this, maybe you can't. But with regards to alcohol being served at French Memorial Park, does the deed that they have with the town, or the arrangement that was made with the family in the town, specifically preclude us from having alcoholic
We
beverages
believe.
of any kind in that park?
I do not know, I looked at the deed many years ago for some reason, but I don't recall.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna look into it. You know, Karen had mentioned maybe you knew. We have the deed, so we'll pull it up and check, but we just thought maybe you knew.
I do know it's easily accessible to the town clerk.
Right. So we'll look into that, but we just wanted to see if you, since you know most things.
Oh, please.
Wow.
Well, thank you for your comments.
It is my pleasure. So, Warren, anything we missed? No? Rory, anything? Okay. Again, just want to thank Warren for his effort during the contract negotiations. I think they were extremely successful, so. Okay, with that, I will,
Make a motion, adjourn.
Second. I can't beat her.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You weren't here.
Chair votes aye, motion passes 6-0. Mark the meeting closed at 8:34 PM.